thank you all for coming. It's my honor to welcome two friends to Baylor University. First, I want to thank the Baylor University family for providing these facilities for us. Your hospitality is awesome. I appreciate the meetings we just had. Our relationships are important today. We intend to keep our relationships strong. Our relationships will be equally important for the years to come. And so we had a good discussion about prosperity and security. It turns out the two go hand in hand. It's important for us to work to make sure our countries are safe and secure in order that our people can live in peace, as well as our economies can grow. We've got a lot of trade with each other. We intend to keep it that way. We've got a lot of crossings of the border, and we intend to make our borders more secure and facilitate legal traffic. We've got a lot to do, and so we charged our ministers with the task of figuring out how best to keep these relationships vibrant and strong. And I appreciate the commitment of the Prime Minister and the President toward a spirit of partnership to outlast whatever politics may occur, that puts in place a firm commitment to markets and democracy and freedom and trade and mutual prosperity and mutual security. And so I want to welcome our friends. After we go through this exercise of democracy, that being answering your questions, I'm looking forward to hosting them to the ranch for a little lunch and a further discussion. We'll be spending time talking about the neighborhood, the countries in our region, and how best we can work together to make sure that democracy is firmly a part of the future of this neighborhood of ours. And so, Mr. President, welcome. The podium is yours, sir.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, President Bush. I want to also extend a greeting to Prime Minister Paul Martin and my gratitude for this wonderful reception, for this wonderful facility here at Baylor University, and of course my gratitude to the authorities here in Waco, the venue of this important event. Today we have met to hold a very important encounter that has to do with the future of our nations. In the last decade, trade between our countries, the flows of investment, of the creation of jobs have held a good pace, and these efforts have been successful thanks to NAFTA. This bilateral cooperation, this trilateral cooperation has now become strengthened and it has expanded. But above all, we are making progress on a daily basis toward greater understanding, toward greater knowledge, and greater cooperation between our three governments and our three countries. Through the Partnership for Security and Prosperity and the Quality of Life of North America, today we begin a new phase. We are in a world that is constantly changing and that demands that we meet the new challenges and opportunities. We also face new threats that carry a risk for our societies. But we also want to work toward the good performance of our economies. This is why my government is working toward a true coordination with our partners in North America. We are seeking an objective balance between the concerns that have to do with security and those that have to do with having a good and agile flow of goods and people across the borders. North America should be the most competitive region in the world. It should be the safest region in the world. And 10 years ago, we took a great step in that direction. As governments, we are obligated to turn this objective into a permanent process to continue taking steps forward. This partnership for security, this partnership for prosperity, for the quality of life, can have no other objective beyond improving the quality of life itself and the development of our peoples and of our societies. Today, my friend from Canada, Paul Martin, and the President of the United States, George Bush, all of us feel proud to present this joint statement to you. It reflects a shared vision for North America that will be a framework for cooperation, for partnership between our governments and nations. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's a real pleasure to be here in Texas and to stand with President Bush and President Fox as representatives of a strong North America. We represent three sovereign nations that have formed one of the most successful partnerships in the world. That being said, we also recognize that we cannot be complacent. The world is not standing still. New economic powerhouses such as China and India are rising, and we face new opportunities, but we also face new challenges. And this requires a renewed partnership, stronger, more dynamic, one that is focused on the future. We are determined to forge the next generation of our continent's success. Now, that's our destination. The Security and Prosperity Partnership that we are launching today is the roadmap to getting there. I'm going to be a little longer than you were, President Bush, because I got to do this in two languages.
Here in North America, we have many achievements to celebrate, but we do know that we cannot be complacent. The world does not stand still. New opportunities present themselves, as well as new challenges, as well as threats. In a world in constant change, we need a renewed partnership, more strong, dynamic. And we must have a roadmap that will bring us there. The roadmap is the North American Partnership for Security and Prosperity, which we are starting today.
Ways to help our citizens live healthier, safer, and more productive lives. It's about good jobs. It's about higher incomes. It's about a secure continent, cleaner water, cleaner air. One thing is very clear, and that is when we work together as countries to make North America safer and more competitive, then the fact is all of the continent and all of our citizens benefit from that collective achievement. The
partnership that we are starting today acknowledges the fact that in a modern world, the objectives of prosperity, security, and a better quality of life have never been as interdependent.
What we seek to do is to improve the competitiveness of our industries, expand consumer choice by cutting red tape. We want to eliminate regulations that are a nuisance, not a necessity. And we want to maintain the highest standards of health care and safety for our citizens.